If you're like most English speakers, you've probably noticed that English spelling can be a bit irregular. There are many words in the English language that are pronounced differently than how they're spelled. And this can make English spelling a really difficult subject for native speakers and non-native speakers alike. Just think of words such as night, hiccup, or bourgeoisie. One of the biggest reasons for these irregularities is what's known as the Great Vowel Shift. The Great Vowel Shift was a major change in the pronunciation of English vowels that occurred between the 15th to the 18th centuries. This shift affected the pronunciation of English in England and throughout the entire English-speaking world, leading to significant changes in the way English words were pronounced. Before the shift, English spelling would often be phonetic, meaning purely based on their pronunciation. So for example, bite would be biete, mate would be mate, and night would be knecht. However, after the shift, the spelling of many words became outdated as their pronunciation changed over time. This led to the creation of many new spelling rules, conventions, and helped to standardize the English language. The Great Vowel Shift further complicated English spelling by demonstrating a linguistic concept known as a chain shift, wherein a sound, when it takes the place of another sound, causes the latter sound to change into another sound. For example, what was once met became mate, and what was once mate became meat, and what was once meat became might. And eventually, the A in mate merge with the E in meat in order to create many homophone pairs across the English language.
To demonstrate the Great Vowel Shift in motion, I'll read to you the same sentence with pronunciations from the various stages of development of English. Keep in mind that these may or may not reflect correct grammatical sentences. I lef mi box at mi hus. I left my books at my house. 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 I left my books at my house.
In addition to the Great Vowel Shift, there are other factors that contribute to the irregularities of English spelling. For example, a lot of English words were borrowed from other languages, such as Latin and French. A lot of these words retained their original spelling, while their pronunciations had changed over time. For example, hors d'oeuvres, rapport, or even the name Caesar. This process also happened in reverse, where formerly phonetic words had extra letters added to them in order to make them resemble their Latinate roots. For example, indict, island, or doubt. So, what's the bottom line? English spelling is so irregular due to the many changes that have occurred during the course of its development, with the Great Vowel Shift only being a tiny fraction of all these changes. Despite its irregularities, English remains as one of the most widely used languages in the world, and its spelling, despite its irregularities, has helped to preserve the rich history of the English language.
Tylko jedno w głowie mam, koksu 5 gram, odlecieć sam w krainę zapomnienia.